All right. We will go ahead and begin in a tabletop pose. And bring your knees underneath your hips. Start to sway your hips side to side. We'll start this morning with a couple elbow bends on either side. Really dip your shoulders. Dip your shoulder in the direction of your straight arm. Take as much time as you need. Start to bring your gaze into the direction of your straight arm as well. So my spine feels a bit tight. I've been standing these last couple of days, so I'm gonna really be getting into the spine today, doing some twists, and then come back to a tabletop. We'll make the rotation, shift the rotation into your hips, sway your hips each side, and then start to bring circles, bring your hips into circles towards your heels, and then lean your hips towards your hands and sweep them back around. Maybe close your eyes to just feel the movement in your body. Take any additional dips or bends that feel good for you. And then as you're ready, come back to a tabletop and shift your hips back, find child's pose. We'll settle in after taking a couple movements. Rest your forehead onto the ground and take a few deep breaths. Start to recognize how those initial movements felt in your body. Notice if there's any spots you'd like to focus on. And know that the postures that I guide are just that. They're a guide, but switch up any posture to how it feels best in your body. Maybe play around with it a little bit, finding a little movement to really recognize and be present in the moment of how you feel it within your own body. Take one more deep breath in, reach your fingertips even further forward. As you exhale, push your hips back, elongate your spine. And then shift forward into a tabletop pose. Walk your hands to the top of your mat, find an upward facing dog. Bring your knees back towards one another. Lift your chest, maybe lift your knees if that feels okay in your back. And then push it back into child's pose as you exhale. Follow your breath. Inhale, shift forward into upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, child's pose. Continue to flow at your own pace, following your breath. And alternatively, let your breath follow the movement. So however long you need or would like in each posture, let your breath match that. Taking one more full rotation. And then we'll end in tabletop pose. So shifting forward, tuck your toes, lift your knees, hover them off your mat, and shift slightly forward and back, really getting into your ankle space. Use your core, keep pulling your belly button towards your spine, and push it back, downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs. And then rest your chest towards your legs. Maybe find a little bounce with your upper body. Allow for a deep bend in your knees, which will help elongate your spine. Push through the ball mounts of your hands and then lift your hips a little higher. Gaze forward, step your feet behind your wrists, ragdoll pose. Grab opposite elbows. Maybe interlace your hands behind your low back. See where you can release any tension. Or start to bring breath into areas of tightness. Let these initial movements on our mat be an opportunity to really tune in and understand how your body is doing, what it may need. Just exploring each posture. Release your hands down to the mat. Let the top of your head fall heavy. Bring your feet together to touch. Tuck your chin and rise up to standing. As you reach the top, sweep your arms overhead. Find a gentle back bend. Send your hips forward. Lift your chest. Gaze up. Inhale, come back to mountain. Bring your arms overhead. Palms face one another. We'll do a couple rotations of this. So a few back bends. Lift your chest, gaze up, bring your elbows back, open your chest space as you exhale. Inhale, rise back up to mountain, arms extend. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, rise up. A few more at your own pace. This can be sometimes an intense posture, so be as gentle as you need. It's not about how far you go, it's about the opening that you feel in your chest as you lean back. And then bring your hands back to heart center. Close your eyes, take a moment to set your intention for today. Tune into your breath. Tune into your body. Notice any shifts or changes with the movement, maybe a change in temperature within your body. Notice those warmer spots. And as you set your intention, we'll take one deep breath to seal it in. Bring the air in through your nose. Exhale, side out. Open your eyes. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips, sweep your arms wide. Inhale, halfway lift. Stay here for a moment. Place your hands above or below your knees. Tuck your chin. Find as much length from the crown of your head through your tailbone. Find space along your spine. Then sway your hips a little left and right. Maybe bending your knees a little as you move. Notice where you feel this within your body. Maybe a tensing or tightening of the back of the muscles in the back of your legs. Maybe a loosening in your back. Tuck your chin one more time. Come back to standard halfway lift and forward fold. Plant your hands, step your feet back, find a high plank, shift forward and back. Pull your shoulders, pull your arms into your shoulder beds. And then sway forward and back. Come back to a tabletop tabletop pose. And then sweep your left leg out to the side so that that's parallel with the top of your mat. And then open to the side for supported side plank. Reach your right arm up. And you could sweep it up and overhead. Maybe back. Just play around with this arm movement and notice where you feel it in your side body. And come back into a plank pose. Kick both toes to the back of your mat. Come back to your knees. We'll find the opposite side. Kick your right leg out. Supported side plank. Play around with your arm. Kick your left heel back, connect it with your mat to help lengthen your leg. And find a plank pose, both feet to the mat, push back, downward facing dog. Pedal it out here. And then walk your feet to the wide edges of your mat and start to walk your hands back towards your feet. And then rock onto your heels and sway side to side. Release your hands, lift your hands off your mat and sway side to side in this wide-legged stance at the back of your mat. Place your hands back down under your shoulders and walk your hands forward. Find a high plank pose. Lower all the way down onto your mat, cobra, untuck your toes, lift your chest, pull your elbow points back, reach your chest forward and lower back down. One more time, lift your chest, tuck your chin, and release. Extend your arms out by your sides. We'll reach your right arm out, place your left hand underneath your left shoulder. Bend your left knee, and then rock your left side, left hip on top of your right. You can stay here, or maybe extend your left foot to the ground. You can stay here and breathe, or if you'd like a more active posture, you can go ahead and switch to the opposite side and move a little quicker, depending on what you need. Taking a few breaths here. This should help wring out your spine, as well as create a shoulder stretch. Final bit. Even out wherever you are. Come back to center. Place your palms under your shoulders. Push into a tabletop pose. And then send your hips back into child's pose. Let your arms reach forward. Feel space across the top of your back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. 2 more long breaths. And just settling into where you are. As you're ready, shift forward, find tabletop pose. Down dog, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Sweep your right toes high. And then step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Take a moment to sway your hips side to side. Getting into your hips. And push into your palms. Step your right foot back, find downward facing dog. Left side, reach your left toes high. And step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Swaying side to side. You can even drop your back knee, whatever feels best. Working to get into your hips. Push into your palms. Step it back, find downward facing dog. We'll do this 2 more times, but a little quicker. Sweep your right toes high and then sweep it to the top. Take a breath here. Any additional movements? Push it back, down dog. Left side, left leg lifts, and left leg to the top. Sway it out. One more time, down dog. Use your core to push back. Sweep your right toes high and step your right foot to the outside of your mat. One breath and down dog. Using your core, left toe reaches up and step it to the outside. Down dog. And gaze forward, step your feet to the top of your mat. Your feet are connected. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulder blades draw together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, twist. Sweep your right arm back. Inhale, come center. Exhale, twist left. 2 more times. Take your own pace. 2 more times each side. Work to keep your hips facing forward. Bring that twist into your core, into your upper body. Mountain pose is where we'll meet. Gentle back bend to help even it out. Mountain pose, reach your arms overhead and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Setting up for warrior one, plant your palms and step your right foot back. Drop your heel to the ground and lift your chest facing forward. Palms face one another. You can widen your stance, bringing your left foot to the outside. This can help bring a bit more space into your hips. Pull your right hip forward. Pull your left hip back. Sweep your arms back. Lean your chest forward. Rise back up, warrior one. Exhale, sweep it back. 2 more times. With your breath, inhale, rise. Exhale, lean forward. Warrior two, arms overhead. Open your chest to the side. Walk your left foot towards the center of your mat. And a deep bend through your front knee. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, reverse warrior. Sweep your front arm high. Open your left side. Breathe here. Continue to plant through both feet. Notice where you might be holding on to tension. See if you can bring your breath there and soften with your exhales. Come back to warrior two. Arms parallel to the ground, reach through your fingertips. Inhale, reverse warrior, one more time. And come back to warrior two. Plant your palms to either side of your left foot. Lift your back heel, step it back into a high plank. Option to flow through in chaturanga or push straight back into down dog. For chaturanga, bend your elbows halfway, lift your chest. And down dog. Take a breath. Exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Step your feet up to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain, rise up. Twist again. Right side. Exhale. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, twist. One more time each side. If you want to take a different variation, you can feel free to do that. Mountain pose and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Warrior one, left side. Plant your palms, step your left foot back. Drop your back heel, lift your chest. Rise up. You can widen your stance. Continue to push your heels into the ground and then pull your legs towards one another. Inhale, reach your fingertips high. Exhale, sweep them back. Chest reaches forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, sweep it back. Take a couple more at your own pace. Nice strong movements. Imagine your arms are sweeping through water. Warrior one, and open up warrior two. Extend your arms to the side. Take a moment to set it up here. Maybe sway forward and back with your upper body, keeping your legs strong. Find that place with your shoulder above your hips. Reverse warrior. Open your right side. Draw your gaze towards the ceiling and notice where you can soften. Maybe it's your shoulders. Continue to kick through your back heel. One more breath, find length. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Open your right side as you inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands. Plant them to the ground. Step your foot back, find a high plank pose and flow through. However you want to get there, we'll meet in down dog. Take 2 breaths here. Maybe shake your head left and right. And then bring your knees to the ground. Bring your bring your seat onto your heels. Take a moment to settle here. Bring your hands to your legs. With your shoulders directly above your hips, soften through your low back. Just let your upper body rest onto your heels. An opportunity to reset. If sitting down on your seat feels best, feel free to do that. As you're ready, sweep your arms overhead and find a gentle back bend here, pushing your belly forward, lift your chest. Bring your arms back overhead and then sweep your arms behind you, interlace your hands behind your low back, lift your chest, and then draw your chin down. Elongate the top of your spine. Really settling into the stretch. Push your palms into one another. Reach your knuckles towards the ground. Maybe find movement with your chin by lifting it up and then drawing it back to your chest. Inviting space into this back spot of your spine, as well as space across the front of your chest. Release your arms by your sides, and then bring your hands onto your lap. Close your eyes. Just take a moment to notice what you notice within your body. As you're ready, blink your eyes open, walk your hands forward. Tabletop pose, tuck your back, tuck your toes, lift your hips, pedal it out. As you're ready, inhale, reach your right toes high. Exhale, bend your knee. Breathe, draw some circles, maybe flip your dog, rotating your right foot to the outside of your mat. Lift your hips, open through your chest. 3-legged down dog, plant your palms, kick your right toes up. And then draw your right knee in towards your chest. Find falling star. You can stay here or kick your right foot underneath your left shoulder, rock onto your back heel, lift your hips, lift your left arm. And then sweep your top arm forward and back. One more time. And back. Plant both palms, sweep your right toes high, reset, and low lunge. Step your right foot to the top. Drop your back knee, untuck your toes, sweep your arms overhead. And then plant your palms, lift your back knee, sweep your right arm up, twist here. We'll be here for a couple breaths. Option to drop your back heel to the ground and open up onto the outsides of each foot. This gets into a deeper stretch into your hips. And then bring both hands to the ground, back heel is lifted. Lift your chest, crescent lunge, arms overhead. Squeeze your glutes, reach your arms overhead. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, sweep your arms back. Similar motion, but this time our back heel is lifted versus warrior one legs. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sweep back. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, sweep. Final time, arms overhead. And this time, launch off into an airplane pose. Sweep your arms back, lift your back leg, float on your top front leg. Slowly rise. One-legged Tadasana, left knee comes forward, arms reach up. Figure four legs. Cross your left ankle on top of your right leg, hands come to your heart, drop your seat. Breathe here. Option to lean forward, hooking your elbows in front of your shin. Rise back up, one-legged Tadasana, left knee lifts. And we'll open it to half moon. Reach your left leg back. Rotate your right arm towards the ground. Left hip stacks on top of your right. And then find star pose. Drop your back foot to the back. Open your arms. Reach with all your limbs. And then goddess pose. Bend your knees. Sway side to side. Inhale, star. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. Release. Continue to flow. We'll meet in star pose. Rotate your toes in, heels out. Find wide-legged forward fold. Hinge forward, and then release your hands to the ground. Your hands can come to the outside of your ankles. Wherever you are, release in your upper body. Allow a bend in your knees. This will help lengthen your spine. You can take some freestyle here if you'd like. We'll be here for a few more breaths if you want to twist or if you want to walk your arms forward for a deeper shoulder stretch. Wide-legged down dog. Walk your hands, bring your hands under your shoulders, rise up, star pose. And then bring your right foot back to point towards the top of your mat. Plant your palms and flow through. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a breath. And as you're ready, we'll start on the left side. Sweep your left toes high. Bend your knee. Maybe flip your dog. Opening your hips. Three-legged dog, sweep your left toes up. Bring your left knee to your chest. Maybe kick it out to the side. Thread it underneath your right shoulder. Come to your back heel. Lift your right arm. Sweep it forward and back. One more time. Plant your hand to the ground. Three-legged dog. Sweep your left toes up. Low lunge. Step your foot to the top. Drop your back knee. Lift your chest. Soften your hips towards the ground. Plant your palms. Lift your back knee. Twist here. Sweep your left arm up. Hold for a few breaths. Maybe rock onto the outsides of your feet for a deeper stretch. Sometimes it's not even deeper, it's just a little different. Gets into different parts of your muscles. So notice what feels good for you. Hands come back to the ground, crescent lunge. Reach your arms overhead. Sweep your arms back as you exhale. Inhale, lift your arms. Chest rises. Exhale, sweep it back. Keep kicking through your back heel. Continue to breathe and move. Final time. As you sweep your arms back this final time, launch off into airplane pose. Standing on your front leg, kick your right heel back. Reach through your fingertips, fly it out. One more breath. One-legged Tadasana. Right knee comes forward, arms overhead. Figure four. Right ankle to your top of your left leg. Drop your seat. Breathe here. Maybe lean it forward. Slowly rise up. Coming into half moon, kick your right leg back. Hands come to your heart. Open up to the right side. Stack your right hip here for just a second. And then plant your foot back. Star pose, heels in, toes out. Goddess pose. Place your hands to your upper legs. Lean your chest forward. Really lean into your arms using your legs as support. And twist. As you exhale, drop one shoulder to the center. Inhale, face forward. Exhale, twist. Flow with your breath a few more times. Even it out. And then rise up. Wide-legged forward fold. Final time. Rotate your toes in. Hinge from your hips. So dealer's choice here. You can take the same movements or switch it up. But notice where you're holding tension and draw your breath into that area to help release. Bring your palms under your shoulders. Then extend your arms out. Hold your core strong. Rise up. Left foot faces towards the front, arms overhead, plant your palms, flow through. Final flow. We'll meet in down dog. Gaze forward, step your feet up towards your hands, come to a seat, kick your legs out front, and then bend your right knee. Bring it to the inside of your left leg, arms come overhead, and then reach towards your left foot. It's okay if your left knee bends. If you want a deeper stretch through your right side into your hip, grab onto the outside of your left leg and start to shift your shoulders towards the left. Pull your left shoulder back. Come back to center. And then bring your right leg up and over your left. Lift your chest. Option to keep your left leg where it is or tuck it in towards your seat. Wherever you are, keep both sit bones on the ground. And then start to twist towards your upper bent leg. Find a counter twist here. Come back center, kick both legs out. Bend your knees. Left leg comes to the inside of your right leg. Lift your chest and then lean forward. Inhales, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Lift your chest. Bring your left leg up and over your right. You can stay here or pull your right foot in. With both sit bones on the ground, lift your chest and twist left. Inhales, lengthen. Exhales, twist. Counter twist. Come back to center. Unravel your legs, send them out front. Pedal your knees. And then find butterfly legs. Soles of feet come together. The closer your heels are to your body, the deeper the stretch. So accommodate to what you need in this moment. Lift your chest, can grasp onto your feet, and then pull your upper body down. Inhales, lengthen in your spine. Exhale, soften. Start to rise up and come all the way down onto your back. Pull your knees into your chest and take some circles with your knees. Feel some compression in your hip flexors and then releasing. And then start rocking side to side. Push your low back onto the ground. Then drop your knees over to the right. You may choose to cross your top leg over your bottom leg and find a supine twist. Twisting on your back, connect both shoulder blades to the ground. And then gaze over towards away from your legs. Tune into your breath and let every exhale allow you to soften and be supported by your mat. Knees come back to center, unravel, and take the opposite side. Gaze up towards the ceiling or over towards the right. Bring your knees back to center. Take a happy baby pose. Grab the backs of your legs or the outsides of your feet. Pull your knees towards your armpits and rock side to side. Maybe extend your legs straight and then pull them back. Any final postures you can feel free to take here. If you're ready to come into final Shavasana, hug your knees. Lift your forehead up towards your knees. Take a deep breath in. And release. Final Shavasana. Take up space. Allow for as much of your body to connect with the ground. Tuck your shoulder blades under to lay flat on the ground. And I'll cue you out when the time is right. You can stay here as long as you need. If you're ready to move on, start to wiggle your fingertips, crinkle your toes, rock your chin side to side. Extend your arms overhead. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Bend your knees. Rock onto either side into a fetal position. As you're ready, start to push up into a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to your legs. Take a couple gentle circles with your upper body. Notice both sit bones connected with the ground, supporting you, helping with stability. Switch direction. And then rest your shoulders above your hips. Recognizing any shifts within your body from the beginning of practice to now. And allow those, any positive pieces to come with you for the rest of your day to help bring you back to each moment, remaining present, and also have a sense of calm. Bring your hands to your heart and then lift them up to your third eye center, the space in between your eyebrows, to close out your practice. Thank you all for joining today, and namaste.
Namaste, Marty.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
See you next time.